there's been an interesting update to the release of the highly anticipated Godzilla 1999 figure from the movie Godzilla 2000 and the Godzilla 2001 figure from HIYA Toys. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about the newest solicitation to go up in the early hours this morning. HIYA Toys' Godzilla 1995 Burning Godzilla action figure. This is just such a mouthful, but here he is, Burning Godzilla himself. Now, this is clearly a huge upgrade from the uncolored prototype we saw earlier this year at San Diego Comic-Con 2025. Here is Burning Godzilla himself. And right off the bat, he's made out of translucent plastic. What a relief to see. You know, I would love to think, I'd love to assume that HIYA saw the comments on the interview that I posted and, you know, made the decision to go translucent, but I'm sure that they were already making this decision long before I talked to them about it. I would never be so vain to say that. But here he is, and he looks fantastic. This looks right out of the movie. You know, if he had maybe some glowing effects, it would look even closer, but I'm really happy with what I see here. 18 centimeters, 7.1 inches. I guess reflecting the idea that Burning Godzilla is just a little bit bigger, but hey, every 0.1 of an inch matters. So there's Godzilla 1995. Now there's some interesting information here in the description. So this release marks a significant upgrade in both structure and paintwork, delivering a more dynamic and visually striking representation of Burning Godzilla. So a significant upgrade in structure. Personally speaking, the Godzilla 1991 Hokkaido figure from HIYA Toys, I thought was really good. Okay, the head, I think the head was mostly accurate, but I don't love the shape of it. Other than that, I thought the rest of it is great. The articulation is amazing. In terms of articulation, I don't even know how much more I would realistically ask of them. There's nothing off the top of my head that I could think, yeah, I wish this moved a little bit more. So the idea that this is an improvement in structure, I'm not sure if they mean articulation. I'm not sure if they mean accuracy. Accuracy I could see. Articulation, the idea that this is going to be even more articulated than Hokkaido is bonkers to me. More importantly here, I think, features hollow inner design with translucent materials enhanced with multi-layered hand-painted applications and gradient airbrushing to recreate the molten of Godzilla's glowing energy. So what they're saying here is that this translucent glowing effect is the result of multiple layers of plastic, hand-painted, and then slapped together. I do believe that this is where the extra price is coming from. So we've got a $60 price point. Normally it's around $50 to $54-ish. But if you have multiple layers, multiple hand-painted layers in here to create this translucent effect, yeah, that's where I'm going to assume this extra cost is coming from. Similar to what we saw with Behemoth and what comes afterward, there's also a tariff price listed down below. It's going to be $70 US. In either case, this is looking to be well worth the price, right? I just want to lay down why I think the price is a little bit higher than before. So I believe that this effect, like the multiple layers hand-painted plastic, I do believe that the SH Monster Arts Legion did something like this with the chest area, like I don't know if it was her egg sac, but it was, you know, that eggy looking part of her body. It was a similar idea. It was multiple layers of translucent plastic layered on top of each other. And so they're doing that here as well. So obviously that's going to be in the chest, but potentially it's going to be in the thighs as well. So that is a decent amount of extra plastic being thrown on there, extra paintwork. So that's where I think that this extra stuff is coming from. Yeah, I'm so happy that they went with the translucent plastic. I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't include a beam effect. I'm not entirely surprised because that's like HIYA's shtick, but I'm not sure what the beam effect version of this figure is going to bring to the table other than a beam effect. Like maybe they'll do smoke effects and a beam effect. Maybe they'll do something to simulate, you know, the lighting up of the spine. Maybe the beam effect is going to come with something like an Exquisite Basic Plus with light up feature and stuff like that. Maybe that's the call. Maybe that's the plan. So I'm interested to see what else they get out of this mold. I think a Godzilla 1994 figure is definitely something that will shake out of it. but I am curious to see what else can happen. Q4 2026. So it's gonna be a year from now. I think what's gonna happen is everybody's gonna get really excited about this guy. Interest is gonna go down, and then it's gonna come right back up towards the end of the release window, because that's sort of what we're seeing right now with the Godzilla 2001 and Godzilla 99 figures. Speaking of which, okay, so a little bit ago, HIYA Toys put out some information on Instagram, strangely, because it didn't really seem like it was for customers. But they will be distributing product in the US themselves directly, rather than through somebody like Diamond or Previews Exclusive. Now, that's a huge deal. Or at least it should be. In effect, we'll see. But the idea that HIYA doesn't have to go through a middleman to get product to places like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth now, they're just supplying those places directly. One of those places is Beast of the East Collectibles. Now, this is a growing US e-tailer who's looking to cement themselves as the place to go for kaiju collectibles. But they posted a big update yesterday that they are receiving a huge shipment from HIYA Toys, including 9 releases in the Godzilla series, and among those releases are Godzilla 1999, or from the movie Godzilla 2000, and Godzilla 2001. Now, to Rob and I, presumably Harold, but to Rob and I, this was quite surprising, because HIYA has not yet contacted us about the domestic China release of these figures. As far as we know, these are not slated for December release in China, or even this month as of yet. So any minute now, we are hoping that we'll get an email saying, hey, these two are releasing at the same time. And then that would lend a lot of credibility to the idea that Beast of the East is getting these in. Now, I also want to clarify, I emailed Beast of the East. I've been exchanging a few emails with Frank, the owner, mostly because we're working on, a collaboration of sorts. I do believe that the owner, Frank, I do believe that HIYA told him we're sending these figures along. Whether HIYA is actually going to do it, I don't know. I don't know if they maybe confused like a domestic China release with the American shipment. But they did say that everything is arriving at once. So any minute now, I'm hoping that I'll get that email saying, hey, these are releasing in China. But I'm not sure. Again, I do think that HIYA told Beast of the East that they will be sending them next month. I don't know if Beast of the East is actually going to be sending them next month. Hopefully these guys are coming out soon, because it's been forever. And I do expect that these guys are going to share almost all of their tooling, if not all of their tooling, with the Heat Ray variants as well. So if these guys are going to come out next month, then I would expect in early Q1 we're going to see the Heat Ray versions release as well. In either case, once these do arrive at Beast of these Collectibles, each of them is going to run you $60 US plus free shipping. So it's not too much more than the MSRP from a place like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. And if you use code KC5 at checkout, you get 5% off of your order. So these guys being $60, you're looking at about like $3 off. So that'll bring it even closer to MSRP with the free shipping, of course. Now the code KC5 does get you 5% off. I am not getting any of that as kickback. So it is a collaborative link, but I'm not making money off the purchase. It's just if you want to tell Beast of the East that you got to their page through me, I will include some links in the description down below. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but if you would like to show some love to the channel, that's deeply appreciated. So yeah, big end of the week update for HIYA Toys. Burning Godzilla 1995 has been solicited. 2001 and 1999 are allegedly on the way. Again, hoping to get some confirmation, and I'll share that news whenever I have it. So that's going to be it for me. Good start to the weekend. I hope all of you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.